I'm definitely gonna miss like the iced drinks on Smash.
This episode is brought to you by Lanolips. It's not. But I wish it was.
Okay. Hello.
We're back again.
Welcome to Our Sweet. This is Our Sweet Life with I'm Ashlee.
With Hells. We haven't said our names.
We haven't done that in ages. We need to get better.
Gosh, people are probably like, who the hell are these bitches?
Yeah, well, now they know.
It's Ash and Hells. Hells and Ash. Hash.
Hash? Would that be like our name?
Yeah, hash. Unless you want to be Owls.
L's.
Hash is better. Hash Brown. That could be our group name because we're brown and we're hash.
Okay, moving on. Welcome to another episode, guys. Today we are here to talk about gossip and shit.
Gossip?
Nah, we're talking about road trips.
Oh, my favourite thing to do.
Helena loves a road trip.
I love a road trip.
I swear to God,
So
every time
fun.
we're planning a trip, Helena will be like, I'll drive.
Because I'm the only driver. Who else is
but
going to
like, I'm
drive?
like, we could do this. And you're like, why don't we drive? And I'm like, this is 1,300 miles. And you're like, I'll drive. And I'm
Because
like,
I think it's fun because you can stop where you want. You can do like so many things. You're just free on the open road.
we've done a lot of road trips together, actually.
Yeah, we have.
Italy, that was a good time.
It was crazy time, but it was a good time.
Don't sound too enthusiastic.
Because we packed too much into that.
We did pack too much into
And
that.
even US road trip with the Jeep.
Yeah, but I'm not going to lie, I blame you a little bit
What of what?
for like the too much.
Why?
Because I'm always trying to rein it in.
Not back in them days, you weren't.
In Italy, I definitely didn't try to rein that in.
Yeah, no.
But I think since I tried to rein it in.
We've not really done any other road trips since
We've
then.
done California, Italy. I thought we've done
Puerto Rico wasn't really a road
I wouldn't say it
trip.
was a road trip, really. We just
rented a
drove a
car.
little bit. Where else have we done a road
When
trip?
we have a Jeep, though, it's always a good time.
Jeeps are great. The Jeep,
Yeah.
the Puerto Rico Jeep was a great time.
Oh, yeah. Enterprise car rental. No, was it Enterprise?
I think so.
I think it was. I'll never rent
not
from
gonna
anybody
lie.
else ever again.
That was the best, like the easiest rental
Yeah.
situation we've ever had.
The Jeep was a good
The
idea.
Jeep was good. We also had a Jeep in Cali, which was fun for Coachella.
Yeah.
But then we had that situation with the car. That wasn't good.
But the thing is, remember how the car, we were like literally driving and like holding the roof down?
Oh
'cause
my
we thought the
God.
roof was going to fly.
We were like driving and it was just like...
And we stopped on some random road and thought aliens were going to take us.
Yeah, it was kind of scary, I can't lie.
That was wild.
Where else have you done road trips?
I done a New York to Miami road trip.
Okay.
7 people in the bus.
Oh, yeah?
Biscuit gang.
Yeah. I did one in Mexico once.
Did you?
Yeah, we drove to Port Escondido from Oaxaca and then from some airport to Oaxaca as well. It was a long drive. It was like 7 hours. I even drove.
But I feel like I would get it from because as kids we used to do a lot of road trips.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah, like didn't your parents just used to be like, we're gonna drive here, like to a whole France or somewhere?
We drove to France and then we drove from France to Spain.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Parents were just like, get in the car, we're driving, and you're just like, oh, fuck.
Well, because I think it was just like the thing back then. Like you just used to drive the A to Z.
And it was probably cheaper than a flight. Whereas now you can get a flight for cheap.
And you like pack up the car with the snacks.
Yeah.
And like have an adventure. Your sister does a lot of road trips even now.
She loves a road trip.
With the kids, which is kind of crazy. I cannot imagine having 2 kids in the back of my car driving to Slov.
I'd just be too scared that like my car breaks down and then what am I doing? Like who do you call? What do you do?
Roadside assistance.
Well, not in Europe, is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There must be like an equivalent.
I mean, I would do it because I live close to the Channel Tunnel, so I would do that.
Just channel tunnel it to
Yeah, I can get
France.
to Belgium in like an hour and a half from my house.
That's not bad.
But like, would I? Is another question.
What's in Belgium for you?
Chocolate, and Belgian waffles. If a guy was like, should we go to Belgium for the day? I'd be like, okay.
That's
I don't
kind
know
of a
if
fun
I don't know if
day.
a guy has. I don't know why a guy has to ask me.
I got asked to go on a first date to Paris once.
Driving.
No, just take the Eurostar. He was like, why don't we get up early, get on the Eurostar, go to Paris today, and then come back? And
Why
I was
did
like,
you say no?
I was like, yeah, let's go. And then when he was like, oh, really? Like, you'd really do that for a first date? And I was like, yeah. And then he pussied out and was like, no, let's go to dinner. And I was like, you're lame.
Yeah,
You can't just offer up such a good first date and then just be like, nah.
Yeah, that's weird.
I think he
Take it
totally
back.
thought I'd be like, no, like, I don't know you kind of vibe. So,
Yeah, but
like,
you're not staying overnight with him. So it's not a
exactly. I
problem.
was literally, we were going to come back the same day. So, but he was like, no. How lame.
Lame boo. We don't
That's
like
why
that.
he's in the bin.
Yeah, I think road trips is a great bonding activity because you're stuck in a car with people 24/7. I think the one that we did, we were going crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Which one? Italy?
No, New York to Miami.
Oh.
Bro, it was like 10 hours on the road sometimes, and it was just a lot of things. It was just kind of crazy.
Yeah, it did look kind of crazy. I remember when there was the first initial FaceTime meeting, which I was in because I was going to go. And then I heard all the things that were happening, and I was like, I'm going to pass on this.
I think it's hard to arrange so when there's so many people with so many things that they want to do.
And I think the time span was kind of limited. So, like, you couldn't really, like, do extra things.
Yeah.
You kind of had to stick to the plan.
And you had to give your suggestions, and they were either in or scrapped.
Yeah, no one was into my suggestions. So I was like, fuck it, I'm not going, man.
Because we were poor. We couldn't be doing up Disney and all these things.
Disneyland.
Yeah. But it was fun. I feel like we all built a special relationship after that. You know, breathing the same air, farting the same air, like fighting. You know, you're different after that. Driving a bus, which I thought I would never do.
The bus was kind of crazy.
I was shook. I was like, if I don't say anything and lay low, no one will notice that I'm here. And then, like, by the time everybody's gone through, they won't remember that I need to drive.
They did.
They did. It was like 2 a.m. They're like, how's your up? I was like, fuck.
I think because it's like such a long amount of time driving, like people just want to get off.
Yeah, they were like 2 hours clock in, clock out. I was like, damn, man. It was me. It was my turn. I was so scared. I think it's also because you're responsible for that many people and you're driving this big fat bus and it was in the night. I was like, I'm fucked. But the boys did like do a lot of the long stretches. I'm not going to lie.
Where did you stop in?
We went to Baltimore, just to get biscuits.
Okay.
I don't regret it. It was great. Which delayed us. They went to DC because the boys wanted to take a photo outside the White House.
Why?
Who knows? But that also delayed us because we then had an issue with the car rental, which delayed us like 3 or 4 hours. So by the time we got on the road from there to Atlanta, we didn't get to Atlanta till like 2 a.m. And that was our first rookie era.
Wait, so this is the first day?
Yeah.
Right.
We left at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m.
Okay.
So we didn't get to Atlanta till like 2 a.m. And there was like no food on the way. Like there was just crappy things.
Well, like, don't they have like really good gas station food in America?
The only thing that we had Pizza Hut the first night. I think I got a salad. Someone got Wendy's. It was like only that kind of thing. So the first night, it was not good. Like that was all there was. And by the time we got to Atlanta, we just want to sleep. And then we went to Buc-ee's.
Oh yeah, Buc-ee's. That's the one thing I think I'm sad that I didn't get to experience.
Buc-ee's was so fun.
The Buc-ee's looked good. I
was gassed. I was like, we're going to Buc-ee's.
Explain to everyone what Buc-ee's is.
Buc-ee's is like this. It's like Costco essentially, but for a gas station. So they just have everything. They've got like a wall of like slushy machines. They have like brisket sandwiches, burritos, banana pudding. They got clothes in there. It's like Primark. Everyone there's going crazy. Everyone's like, like everyone's nuts in Buc-ee's. I was just so overwhelmed. Like I just didn't even know what to get.
Did you get anything?
We got the beaver nuggets.
Okay.
And we just got like packety stuff. And I got the slushy. I got some banana pudding. Everyone got all different stuff. But nobody bought any like clothes or like merchandise.
You should have got a Buc-ee's t-shirt.
Yeah, I know. I kind of regret that.
I always hate when I go to things and I don't get the merch.
Yeah.
I always regret it. Yeah.
Because I'm not really going to go back there. So I kind of should have. And it's so like famous that like there's signs like it's like 50 exits to Buc-ee's. And it's like 30 exits to Buc-ee's. And it's like 20. And then it's like Buc-ee's. Like it's a whole thing. It is a whole thing. And I kind of made us go off route. So the boys were pissed. They obviously didn't care and didn't want to go to Buc-ee's. I was like, we are going to Buc-ee's.
Do you know what I also regret? When we went to Asheville, we didn't have that place.
The KFC buffet?
No, there's like a
Bojangles.
Bojangles. We didn't have the Bojangles.
I actually had Bojangles when I went to Atlanta.
I'm sad. I didn't get to have Bojangles.
But I only had the biscuit and the jelly, and it was good. I need to go back and eat it properly.
I want to go have Bojangles because I've heard such good things.
Yeah, I'm sad because we could have actually stopped on the road trip at Bojangles, but then there wasn't one. We passed it and then it was gone. So we ended up eating crappy
it's like
food.
us again, same thing. We went past, we never stopped, we regretted it.
Do you know what we had though on the road trip that was epic? The playlist. Everybody input into the playlist, and we had good tunes the whole time that kept us alive, I think. Because otherwise, it was just a lot of smells in that car. And then I was like harboring food in there. I had like a whole chicken. I had like a whole chicken. I had like a salad from like that I was saving to eat later just in case we couldn't stop again. Like I was like, the pistachios were a common theme. We had this big bag of like Costco pistachios that lasted from the beginning to the end.
Really?
Mad.
Yeah, wild.
A lot of snacks you need.
I feel like road trips are like the snack kind of place because otherwise you have to stop at like really expensive like highway things and you have limited options.
We also stopped at this place called Lynchburg, which was like is in like Georgia.
Sorry,
it's
7 black people in a van stopping in Lynchburg.
in Virginia, and I was like, we need to get the hell out of here. Like it was giving weird vibes. I was like, I don't like this, but I would road trip again for sure.
I like a good road trip, but I just think that road trip was too long. Like not even too long. Like the stops weren't for me. I think I like to have good stops.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had good stops, but it was just because like we had family in Atlanta and stuff, so I think everyone like had something to do.
I'd like to do another Italy road trip.
Yeah,
The road trip we did in Italy was fun.
It was just too much.
I think
too
like
little time.
I think we could do like one coast maybe like next time.
Yeah,
Like because we could have spent way more time everywhere we went. We could have spent more time.
I mean, driving back up to Rome actually and ending in Rome wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad at all. But I think
maybe just the bottom rather than the top.
we could just do like Rome and then all the bottom, or Rome and like all the top. Because Rome is like in the middle. I feel like we didn't really have much time in Rome either.
Well, EasyJet's flying straight to Amalfi now. EasyJet, baby, get at us.
We could do an Amalfi episode.
Yeah.
I really want to go back to Italy. I want to go back to everywhere in Italy.
I'm dying to go back to
When was the last time I went to Italy? I think 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I went to Florence. It was alright. No, last year actually. That's a lie. I did go last year, and I did.
Oh, in the rain.
I did the coast, and it rained the whole time. So I did Amalfi, Capri, everything rain.
Was this a road trip?
No, it was for work.
Oh.
And then I took the train. It's actually not so bad to take the train.
Yeah.
So
certain places.
it was actually good because we took the train from Florence down to the coast, basically.
It's only if you've got luggage, then
It was luggage. And also, like, when you basically get off in Naples, the train, because you have to get off the train in Naples, to take a car from Naples down to, like, I think we started in, not Positano, the place next door to it, I can't remember, and it literally cost us, like, 110 euros to get, like, from one side to the other.
I'd also like to go to Sorrento, because we didn't actually stop there.
Sorrento?
No, not Sorrento, sorry. What was the place that is next to...
Capri?
No. Cinque Terre.
Cinque Terre?
It was, like, up from it, but we never ended up going because we were like, oh, we got to go there and then we got to go back, so we didn't end up going.
I don't remember.
But it's quite a famous place that people go to. I can't remember the name now, but it's like more up higher. Oh yeah, we didn't go there.
I think we should go 1 year and do the top, and then go 1 year and do the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't think we should do it all at once.
I'd also like to drive from New York to Toronto.
Toronto.
We've
got a new Toronto friend.
Our Toronto friend.
Our Toronto
He
friend.
doesn't actually talk like that.
He doesn't, no. But he would show us around for sure.
Yeah, we should go for Caravana. Can we go?
Sure.
Not this year, though. It's too
Definitely
close.
not happening this year. But if we have it planned in the schedule, I'm down to go.
It's close. And then we can stop off at Niagara Falls, which is a vibe.
I've always wanted to do Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
I actually do really want to go to Canada. But I actually also do want to go to Canada in the snow because it actually looks insane. But I hate cold.
Yeah, it's freezing.
But yeah, I mean, I'm down for a Canada trip.
Or I'd do another US road trip. I'd do like the West Coast.
When you say the coast, it means nothing to me. Like, I
Like,
don't know what's
like
there.
Cali's side.
We've done that though.
Yeah, but we just drove from LA to San Diego. It wasn't really the greatest. I mean, it probably would have been better if we kind of stopped like along the way.
Yeah,
with
we didn't
beaches
really
like
stop.
Malibu and
I would like
stuff.
to do it and stop.
But I feel like we could do the top, like either the bottom to the top, so like San Diego all the way up to like Napa Valley. That would be cute.
I went to a vineyard last time I went to San Francisco, and it was actually really nice. I want to go, but I want to go to like a proper one. And they have like a wine train.
They also have some girl that I know. She went to the one that was from Parent Trap.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
We should go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down for another road trip. We haven't done a really good one in a while, so
We
I'm
need
down.
a good car.
Can we get another Jeep? Another
Yeah,
Jeep?
like a big Jeep.
The big Jeep we had was good last time.
Yeah.
Or a Bronco. I like a Bronco.
I also did a road trip recently to the upstate New York.
Oh yeah, but that's
Which
not
was
really a road
interesting.
trip, really, is it?
It's
Because
like 2 hours drive.
so what are we classifying as a road trip?
I think anything over like 2 hours.
I
like
think
around 2 hours.
I think a road trip is when you have the stops that have several stops. Otherwise, it's just a drive. So like what your sister
I mean,
did,
it's
for
still
instance,
road
London
tripping, I
to
think.
Slough, but stopping in different destinations and stuff. I think that's a road trip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but like a drive from like one place to another for 2 hours is just a drive.
I don't know. I think it's because if it's a long car journey, I think it's a road trip.
Let's Google definition of a road trip.
Because if I'm getting in the car with, I feel like the definition of road trip for me is you have to have your mates, You have to have.
That's still. I don't think that counts.
Really, you can't road trip on your own. That's a bit dry.
I think you definitely have to have someone with you.
I mean, we did stop. We stopped at like the diner. We stopped at what was the place called? Phoenicia. We went to the diner in Phoenicia. We stopped at all the little thrift stores, which were like so fun. Oh
It
my
says
God.
it has to be a long trip taken for pleasure or business in which travel is on the road.
So basically anything.
Well, then
while
it's
you're
just
driving.
that's a drive then. But like that's like saying, oh yeah, I road trip to Asda because it was an hour. No, it doesn't count. I think it needs to have like stops and stuff. Because if someone's like to me, do you want to drive to?
But if you're stopping at a diner, that's a road trip.
So if you drove to Brighton, you'd call that a road trip.
yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't personally.
Really?
No, I'd say it's just like a drive, like you're just going somewhere. For me,
Yeah,
like a
but
road
with your
trip's like a
friends.
whole thing. A road trip's like a whole thing. Like you pack up the car, you have stuff, you stay overnight, you stop in different places. That's a road trip in my mind. Like that's what I would consider a road trip.
Nah, I think you could road trip. I used to road trip to like the beach, which is like an hour away from me. Like me and my ex, like we'd road trip.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I just call that. A
I
drive.
think you need people though to make it a road trip.
the amount of people doesn't come into the definition.
I mean, in my head, it needs to be at least one more person. Can't road trip on your own.
Yeah, but I
boring.
think if you and your boyfriend drive to the beach, you're just driving to the beach. That's not like I wouldn't classify that as a road trip. We want like you wouldn't go to your friends and be like, oh yeah, me and Julius went on a road trip last week to Brighton. No, you wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
You know. But like if you did it in New York, just because you went upstate, you're only saying it because you're in New York. I feel like, you know.
I think also because we had stops.
Oh, okay, then that counts. If you had stops,
we
I think that
stopped-
counts.
We stopped at the diner. We stopped at the little like cute vintage emporium.
And I feel like also like it has to be more than like one. Like it can't be just like a day, you know, like a day trip. It has to be like overnight. So like yours kind of counts because you had stops. You had more than two people, or you had more than one person, and you stayed overnight. That counts.
And we had a packed up car. We literally couldn't move in that car.
Well, how big was the car?
It was tiny.
No.
I was like
a clown car.
in the back. Oh my God. And we had so much luggage. And the way back, Ty decided to buy 50,000 jackets.
Ty
which
loves
literally,
a jacket.
God knows where we were putting
Well,
them.
did you go to the thrift store?
Yeah, there's
should've
so
known.
many.
Should have known.
We went to this place. I swear to God, it was like my dream. It was just like a garage full of crap, but like it was massive, and they've got clothes, like all like Spice Girl dolls, like old toys, like old vintage cameras. Like, oh, so good.
Can I ask you a question? How many times have you worn that jacket you thrifted?
What jacket?
When we were in New York, you wore that denim jacket.
I think like once. I have all my other thrift stuff.
That
though.
was a nice jacket, to be fair.
I just don't really wear denim.
I don't wear denim jackets often.
Yeah.
I've got one oversized one. I barely wear it.
I only bought a plate that day. I bought it for my friend, like an old plate.
That's cute.
Yeah, that was it.
If you could go anywhere on a road trip, where would you go?
I'd like to do like a road trip in South America.
I was literally gonna say that.
Yeah.
But I heard it's like kind of dangerous.
Do you ever watch the lady who was like she's kind of older? She
Oh my
does
God,
this
you're obsessed
YouTube
with her.
channel. On
Yeah.
She's so good. She literally got like robbed. Like she does it all on a motorbike.
On a motorbike.
Yeah, it's actually nuts. I mean, I wouldn't do it on a motorbike. That's for sure.
Would you ever do van life?
No.
Okay. What if you did van life, but you stayed in hotels along the way? So like maybe it's like, okay, this is part of the drive. We're not staying in a hotel for one night, but then tomorrow we stay in a hotel for like 3 days.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I thought for the road trip, the 7 of us, I thought we were getting a tour bus.
Yeah, I thought you should go on like an RV.
Yeah, do you know how much that is?
Yeah, crazy.
I was like, oh, we're gonna get a tour bus. It's fine. Tour bus is like 5 figures. I was like, okay, maybe not.
What about like an RV instead of a tour bus?
But like, what with the toilet in it?
It has like a toilet, a little kitchen, a bed.
I mean, one bed. 7 of us. Is everyone gonna sit in the bed?
We need to reduce the group size.
Yeah, I mean, a tour bus would have been so nice, but that wasn't happening.
Yeah, not
We
that.
didn't have the budget for that, sadly.
You can do like an RV. You could get like 2 RVs for a reasonable price for like 8 people.
Yeah, but the whole point is that everybody's together in one car.
You got to alternate every day. Man.
No, because that ruins the vibe. You don't get as close.
Well, somebody's got to be in the other RV. Otherwise,
Close.
what are you gonna do? Sleep in one bed?
No, you have to stop at hotels for sure.
Yeah, that's why something RV means you can do like some stops where you can like wake up on the lake.
I don't want to wake up on the lake.
I do. I think
Do
it's
you?
nice. Yeah, just for one night. Like you just wake up on the lake and you open up your thing and it's like beautiful, serene.
I mean, my friend did the whole thing where you get the car or whatever it is and then you sleep on the top.
Oh, I've seen
Do
that.
you know
Yeah, I've
thing?
seen that.
She done that, and I was like,
But I'd only do it if it was like one night on a lake, then the next 3 nights in the hotel.
Yeah.
I think you need, and I think I'd like to do it over like a longer period of time. I feel like a lot of the time, like, because you want to get so many stops in, it kind of feels rushed. Like you do like one night here, one night here. Whereas I'd like to be able to say like, okay, we're stopping in New Orleans, for instance. We got 3 days in New Orleans to enjoy, and then we jump back in our RV, drive for 1 day. So you sleep in the RV that day, and then you're in the next place. That would be much nicer.
Like the simple life. Because they drove.
We are
and
two
they,
girls. We're filthy rich.
They slept in that silver RV thing, remember?
Yeah.
The whole time.
Maybe we could
I'd
get-
like to do it east to west, like through, is it Route 66, is it called?
I think so,
The
yeah.
one that goes through the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard it's kind of dangerous, but...
I've heard there are parts that are quite dangerous. Have you ever seen Nocturnal Animals?
What?
Nocturnal Animals.
The show?
The film.
No.
Don't watch it if you're on a road trip through America. That's all I'll say.
Shit.
It's very scary.
Why?
Because it's about this family that are doing a road trip drive and then they get kidnapped. Well, the kids get kidnapped by some guy on the road. There's a lot of murder.
I mean, I wouldn't open the door.
He didn't.
How did they get the kids then?
They stopped one car in front, one car in the back. They got out and they pulled out the wife and the kid.
Oh my God. Is it a true story?
They took the guy. Yeah, I don't think it's a true story. I think it's based on a book. But obviously, these things have happened in America.
Well, also, on these roads where there's just like sand and shit.
It was
probably
one of those
so
roads.
many like... We also, as kids, like when we used to go to LA, we used to drive to Vegas sometimes. I guess
Okay,
that was
that's
a
quite
road
common.
trip.
That's quite a common trip, I think.
I just remember the car being really sandy.
Yeah, because like dirt sand road.
Yeah.
Do
We
you
also drove to the south of France once as kids from home.
Really? I drove from France to Spain as kids. We did that quite a lot because my grandma had a house in France. So we went to that house and we'd go to Spain for a week, then we'd go home.
Yeah, the driving was long.
Ugh, I'm not on it.
No.
Not that long.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing like also like a European like road trip because you can get from like a lot of countries quite easily. Like once you get over to the main bit out of England, like there's a lot of places you can drive to. I wouldn't mind doing that in like the summer. That'd be quite nice. Like Switzerland, France, everything.
Yeah, I mean, every time I've gone to Slov and got a car, we've always gone to like Italy and Croatia, like the borders.
I've got a great idea. So you wanted to do Housing Slav trip next year with all of us. Then why don't we drive and we can do some stops on the way and then end in Slav in like a massive cabin for the summer.
Drive from where?
The UK.
No.
Why
I'm
not?
not driving from the UK.
We can do stops.
And where are we getting the car from? How we like...
We can work it out.
I like to get a car somewhere else. If anything happens to the car, I'm not responsible for bringing it back to the UK.
Can't we just get it in the UK and leave it somewhere else?
I don't know.
Okay, well, that idea's in the bin. Fine.
You could drive your own car. My sister's got a big fat 11-seater car.
I mean, I don't have a car. My boyfriend has a big car.
I'm not going in my car. No way.
I don't think he'd give
I'd
us
be
his car.
shook.
Though. He'd be like,
Yeah.
nah.
It's the mileage as well.
That's why he'd say no, I think.
Would you do UK road trip?
I don't know, man. It's kind of dry.
We drove once to Cornwall and that was long enough.
I was going to say Cornwall's fucking far.
Yeah, that was
By the time you get to
so
Cornwall,
long.
By the time you get to Cornwall, you can get to another country.
I remember my ex took me for my birthday once, and then he drove the way there. Then obviously the way back it wasn't my birthday anymore, so he made me drive half the way home.
Did you like it? No. Did you like
It was long.
Yeah,
I mean, Cornwall was nice, but it was just long, the driving.
The thing is, Cornwall
I
is nice
drive.
in the summer. They do have really nice beaches, and they're like, there's nice restaurants and stuff. I do think though, like, I don't know if you think this, but like Cornwall and places like that, they kind of feel like a bit of a time warp. Like you go there and it's like, is this Britain in like the 1950s or something? Like it's just like not as built up as like London.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like old people that go there. So that's also another reason why.
When I was in Cornwall last time, the taxi driver told us that they didn't like tourists anymore because David Beckham and Victoria Beckham had bought a house down there, and then it drove all the prices up. So like a lot of the local like Cornish people had to move out of Cornwall. Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah, UK road trip's kind of boring.
Where are you gonna go? Except like you can go Lakeside, not Lakeside. Lakeside's the shopping centre. What's the Lake District? Lake District.
Oh, we also drove once to like Centre Parks from Birmingham, and I had the most tiniest car then. I don't know how and like a banger. I don't know how I did that. We drove from Birmingham to the Lake District. That was so long. It was like 6 hours and like tiny little car, and also stayed at Centre Parks.
I don't think I'm a Centre Parks gal.
I'm not a Centre Parks girl. I mean, I didn't have a bad time, but like it's expensive. Like I wouldn't do it again.
I think for the price, that you could stay in like a nice boutique cottage or something, and it would be nicer.
I mean, I'd just go away, to be honest.
Or just leave the country. Yeah.
It's
I think that's the problem with the UK travel is that it takes too long. It's overpriced, and you could literally be in another country the time it takes you to get there.
And the weather's temperamental.
Exactly. You could go to Barcelona for the same price and have like a
Yeah.
nice time. Barcelona.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm a pass on the UK
Some
road
people drive to
trips.
Scotland.
I've never driven to Scotland. I've only taken train and
I've
plane.
only taken the plane there. I wouldn't drive. I mean, train's also long.
I think I took train once and I took plane once. Both. I've done both.
Driving is no. And the traffic too.
I don't even know what traffic would be like. I just don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Not to Scotland. I think Europe I would do like a drive around, but like not the UK. Sorry, not for me.
UK Tourist Board X's you off the list.
Yeah. I mean, if you can send me somewhere nice for a good budget. But work is different though as well. Like it's not your choice. Like they choose where you go. But like if I'm choosing, I'm gonna spend my money to go to somewhere else.
I think South America road trip would be nice.
I would like to do South America.
You'd have to really plan it.
Where have you been in South America?
Nowhere.
No, I've never even been. I've never touched the continent.
I don't think I've been anywhere.
Because I thought Mexico counts. Doesn't count.
I would like to go to the Amazon.
Can you go? Just go to the Amazon.
I don't know. There's a lot of things in there that we don't know about.
Yeah, this is the thing. I think you can only go to certain places. I think.
Yeah.
Like you can't go. You can't go all the places. And also, there's like parts. There's like still tribes that live there. So like they have their own like land and stuff.
Yeah,
you can't enter just uninterrupted.
No. Yeah, you. I don't think you could drive through there anyway. But like you could drive like maybe past it.
I want to go to Brazil. We're going to Brazil for New Year.
We're not driving.
We're not driving. I don't know. I think it's dangerous to drive in some of these places. You know.
Oh yeah, because they think you're part of the mafia.
I'll pass on that.
Maybe we can get bikes. Like motorbikes.
On my motorbike. I think I'll like practice maybe first.
Yeah. You could practice in Bali. No.
Bali traffic is too crazy. I think before next time we come to Bali, maybe I'll just take a course in London. You can take a motorbike course for a day.
Why don't you do it here?
Because I have no time. I leave tomorrow. So I can't do that.
Where else would be good to road trip? I feel like Spain would be nice to road trip because there's a lot to see in Spain, and like people just go to the same areas really.
I feel like the problem with Spain is that like it's so large in a sense of like it has the islands and stuff. Like getting from like Barcelona to Ibiza, wouldn't you have to like get on a ferry?
Yeah, but I mean to go there and see like the less popular places. Like I wouldn't go to.
Where's that?
I don't know. Malaga? No, I went to Malaga.
I think Malaga's popular. I don't know. I don't actually know anywhere. I don't know the non-popular places.
Madrid?
That's popular.
I don't know. There's places that's like next to like, what did I see the other day? It's near Barcelona actually. It's a drive away from Barcelona. That's really
I've
nice
seen this place. Yeah. I've seen this place.
to go to that rather than debate places. Or Portugal, you could drive around.
Portugal, I would love to drive around Portugal. Portugal's stunning. I'd like to do Switzerland, a bit more of Switzerland. I've done like 3 towns there now, so I wouldn't mind doing another one.
Denmark?
No, what's in Denmark? You know what? All the Denmarks and Swedens and stuff, they get me really confused.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I just don't. Because like, where do they speak Dutch?
In Amsterdam?
And Amsterdam is a city in Sweden.
The Netherlands?
This is the problem.
What? What are you talking about? They speak Swedish in Sweden.
All those countries,
in
I'm
Sweden.
confused.
They speak Danish in Denmark.
All those countries, I'm confused.
They speak Finnish in Finland.
They're just one to me.
That's crazy. They're all different.
I'm really bad.
Finland, Sweden, Denmark, the Netherlands.
Okay. I forget every time. I get confused. And yeah, it's not a good time for me on that one.
Clearly. What the hell? The Netherlands is completely different.
Yeah. Right, so do's and don'ts of a road trip. You go.
The planning. I think what really helped our group road trip was the constant meetings. I mean, I love a meeting, but like we had to have the meeting because there was so many things that people wanted to do and ins and outs. And the split wires. Put on the split wires.
The Splitwise is the number
really
one.
Helped, I think, too.
If you don't know what Splitwise is, guys, it's an app that can help you split
So
costs
good.
easily. Splitwise, send us a sponsor.
Give us a pro account
We've
for free
been
at
using
least.
Splitwise since.
Yeah.
Like, I'll put so much people on Splitwise. It's
true.
crazy. I need a referral code.
Yeah.
Please click my referral code.
Splitwise is so good. And also just not doing too much, I think, is key because I think that's what we kind of fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
in that little amount of time. And having a good car, because sometimes we've had tiny cars and it's not been a good
We had a
vibe.
Fiat
500.
500 when we went to Italy. That was
And so much
small. And the
luggage.
luggage was like, in the back
Maybe
of us.
also like pack light if you can, because also we had
Good
14
luck.
suitcases between
Yeah.
7 of us, and that was hell trying to like Jenga it back in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So there, my dudes.
I think try and pack 1 suitcase each max.
Yeah.
And a hand luggage if you must.
Ideally.
Planning is key. I think I think also like you said, don't do too much. Like when you're gonna drive, like it's better to do if you can drive for 1 day and then spend a couple of days somewhere and like relax, rest, and then get back on the road for a day. Like don't be doing drive for 1 day, evening in a place, drive the next day, evening in a place, because you don't really get to enjoy anywhere.
Yeah.
Like you need to have a few days in each places, like stay in a hotel, revive yourself.
Because it was like that in Tuscany. I feel like we just was like going.
It was just
and,
too
like, waking
much.
up early and going again.
Yeah, like don't do less and enjoy the less than trying to do so much and it's not enjoyable.
And also plan the food stops.
Oh, that's a good
Because
shout.
we really fucked up and ended up eating like crappy food, and like I wish we'd actually planned.
What, when
like,
you weren't on your one?
Yeah, like we'd end up eating junk food. I wish we'd like planned and been like, we did like kind of, but not really. Like we didn't know in the evening like what time we'd stop and all that. It's just a much happier time.
Yeah, I agree. I think failing to plan is planning to fail.
Okay, teacher. Prepare to fail. Yeah.
Like you need to
Yeah.
like plan well, get the food stops in, get the spitwires out.
Yeah, for real, because it's going to be costly. And also, like, the car rentals, like, it's always been a headache for me personally. Like, definitely when we're adding on drivers and whatever, like, sort the car rental out before you travel and read all the T's and C's and everything, because it's been such a mess every single time I've done a road trip or, like, something with car rental.
I think Puerto Rico was the only time we had an easy car, right? We picked up the car. Here was the Jeep, exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
Got in the car, left, got back, late, dropped the car off. They were like, no problem, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And we were even in the car park, like sorting our suitcases out. They were like, it's fine, take your time.
Paid what we thought we were going to pay.
Yeah.
Like, no hidden costs.
Had no issues and never heard from them again regarding any issues.
Yeah, it was actually perfect
So,
compared to anything else.
100% recommend Enterprise Puerto Rico.
Yeah. And also I'd say like go with drivers, because it is nice to like be able to
Sorry.
it is nice to be able to be like, right, you're up. you
Yeah,
know?
because when me and Hells are, I'm always like, so what music would you like? Because I have nothing else to offer to the
I
group.
don't allow people, well, you, to sleep in the. I don't think people who are non-drivers should be sleeping in the car.
They shouldn't, but I have slept once or twice.
Yeah, it's not good. Because
But-
then I'm just bored.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's not fun.
The only time I really stay awake is if I think you're tired. Then I'm just like chatting because I'm like, I need to
Yeah.
make sure she stays up.
Because even the drive from like the Coachella drive to Palm Springs was quite.
I think
long
one
'cause of
time I had to like chat to you the whole time. Nadia was
Yeah.
sleeping and you were like drifting, and I was like, so what did you think of the live act? Because I was like, I need to keep this bitch up. I gotta get home.
Yeah, and traffic as well. Like just put time in for traffic, because definitely in the US doing a road trip, like there's always traffic somewhere. Like remember driving to LA, we really fucked that. Driving to Palm Springs from LA, like
Yeah, we were stuck in traffic
we
for
left
ages.
so late, and then we didn't plan our food stops, and then we were hungry. Like it was just a nightmare.
Yeah, we were not prepared.
Plan. You have to plan. Make a deck.
I love a good spreadsheet.
Make a note if you must.
We have good spreadsheets and notes.
But
to be
yeah,
fair.
defo plan the road trip, because otherwise you're fucked.
Well, guys, that's all we have time for this week.
Yeah.
Well, we hope.
Wait, we
What?
missed out the most important
Shenanigans!
part.
I've been looking forward to this all day.
Sweet laugh, the sweet what did we call it before?
The sweets in the sweet.
Yeah, I guess we'll use that for now. So today we've got sweet treats from Mama Cookies.
We had cookies last time too, so I think we need to like compare. Like, have you tasted these before?
No.
Because neither of us have ever had these before. So, Dang cookies in Bali, they're like crack. We ate them so much that we actually kind of got sick of them.
Yeah.
So now we're trying a new cookie. Let's see if it's better.
It's very cute and aesthetic on the outside. So we've got a double choc one,
Which is
like
my
a
favorite.
quadruple choc, I think it's called.
My kind of cookie.
And then my one is just the classic. It's actually called the classic.
I like that they come in these little baggies. Mama cookies. Smells kind of bready.
It's kind
Really?
of thick. Okay.
Yeah, it's thick.
Ooh, it's really dropped. Oh my god.
Oh no.
You don't like it?
It's dry as hell.
Really? Mine tastes kind of nice, like strawberry.
What kind of nuts are these?
I don't know. There's nuts in there.
Yeah.
Lies on camera. Try mine. It's not a dang, but I like it. I think it's walnuts.
I mean, this is 10 times better.
Mm.
Look how, taste it, it's dry as fuck.
Fuck.
This is good. This is moist. It's not as good as Dang. Oh, Leon.
Yeah, it's not good.
That one's not good.
It also had red velvet.
This one's good. Right, well, thanks for tuning in. This has been the barley series. We didn't talk
Yeah.
about barley once. maybe when we get to London, we'll do a barley recap episode.
Yeah,
Like, talk
barley
about
trip.
everything, talk about the trip, because we know you guys are gagging to hear the tea.
The gossip.
Thanks for tuning in. This has been Our Sweet Life. I'm Ashlee.
And I'm Hell's Bells.
Ciao.
Ew.
Hell's Bells.
I've never seen that again.
Ew! Brother.
I'm just Hell's. Bye.
Bye.